Let's take a fond look back at what happened on Tuesday. Trump walks up to the escalator, steps on, and uh-oh, no. That sudden stop was a close call, especially for the First Lady, because he almost touched her. Yeah. Yeah. They should slide in some sort of shield, like those pieces of paper they put between slices of cheese. Just.
Here's a 70-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down his golden escalator 9 years ago. It has been a constant stream of gripes and grievances that's actually been getting worse now that he's afraid of losing to Kamala.
The show of Trump's presidency doesn't even need background laughter, because the jokes write themselves. Stephen Colbert and Barack Obama together tear apart the mess with sharp words, showing Trump as a man who acts like a little kid banging on a toy drum. He's loud, nonstop, and totally out of rhythm. This is not the story of a serious leader. It looks more like the world's longest blooper video, with Trump forcing himself to be the star of a movie nobody wanted to watch.
The theme of his speech was that the UN sucks, and the delegates are all ugly and their mothers dress them funny. Trump, he mouth-shambled for almost an hour, saying at one point that he has stopped 7 wars without any help from the UN, and then added this.
All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle.
Donald Trump wants us to think that this country is hopelessly divided between us and them, between the real Americans, who of course support him, and the outsiders who don't. And he wants you to think that you'll be richer and safer if you will just give him the power to put those other people back in their place.
Colbert starts by joking about Trump's idea of being in charge. He describes him like a kid left alone in a candy shop, grabbing everything, stuffing his pockets, and then bragging that it's the best candy haul ever. Every decision looks like it's made on impulse, not on planning, almost like world politics is just late-night online shopping. Trump's version of leadership is pure chaos sold as strategy, and people aren't buying it.
That was just 2 days ago, right? That was 2 days ago. Nobody was hurt. They walked up the stopped escalator, sometimes known as stairs, but Trump just will not let it go. Last night, he went on social media and wrote, "Oh, this about it."
Obama, calm and steady, as always, points out the huge gap between what the president should look like and what Trump really is. The Oval Office used to mean dignity, but under Trump, it feels more like a messy dressing room where self-promotion is louder than responsibility. Obama calls it a downgrade, like swapping a whole orchestra for a kid blowing on a toy kazoo nonstop.
There's the childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes. I heard someone compare Trump to the neighbor who keeps running his leaf blower outside your window every minute of every day.
Colbert laughs about how much Trump craves applause. He says Trump's rallies aren't political events at all. They're like group therapy sessions where the crowd has to tell Trump he's important. Instead of fixing problems, Trump just feeds his ego by surrounding himself with cheerleaders. Colbert makes it clear this isn't leadership. It's just the world's loudest group hug for one man's fragile confidence.
In the Post, he described his harrowing experience the day the escalator died. The escalator going up to the main speaking floor came to a screeching halt. It stopped on a dime. It's amazing that Melania and I didn't fall forward onto the sharp edges of those steel steps.
Obama sharpens the attack by calling out Trump's strange idea of patriotism. Instead of uniting people, Trump stirs up fights and makes citizens extras in his personal drama show. Obama says real strength is about lifting people up, not scaring them. Trump, though, loves chaos because it keeps all eyes on him. That's not real patriotism. It's just fireworks with no meaning, meant to distract from the emptiness.
And the reason some people think, well, I don't know, I remember that economy when he first came in being pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good, because it was my economy. We had 75 straight months of job growth that I handed over to him.
Colbert then makes fun of Trump's way of talking. Every speech is a messy plate of unfinished thoughts, random stories, and bold claims that sound made up on the spot. Colbert jokes that Trump uses the world's most powerful microphone just to ramble. It's the kind of nonsense that would get an intern fired if they handed it in as a report. Obama adds that Trump completely fails as a crisis leader. A true leader stays calm, absorbs pressure, and inspires hope. But Trump just throws matches on gasoline and calls it fireworks. Instead of easing fear, he makes it worse, because fear keeps him in the spotlight. Obama says Trump rules by chaos, and stability is his biggest enemy, because stability makes the show end.
The White House has already demanded the UN find whoever was responsible for this escalator escapade. And in his post, Trump went further saying, the people that did it should be arrested. Yes, police matter now, which brings us to another installment of our hit new CBS procedural.
Colbert mocks Trump's thin skin about criticism, saying Trump acts like late-night comedy is a rival government agency. He gets so upset at jokes that he has public meltdowns. Instead of ignoring the teasing, he reacts and makes the jokes last longer. Colbert reminds everyone that mockery works because it's usually true, and Trump gives plenty of material. Obama points out Trump's obsession with image instead of real work. Colbert doubles down by joking about Trump's cabinet, saying it looked more like a bad reality TV cast than a government team. Instead of experts, it was full of people picked for drama, not skill. The endless firings and resignations looked like a tragic comedy. It showed that stability was never part of Trump's plan.
The escalator he was on stopped. And we know there is a God because we have footage of the broken escalator. Here he is, walking up to the working escalator. As soon as he steps foot on it, there's Melania, he steps on and escalator.
Obama takes a harder swing by talking about Trump's way with other countries. Good diplomacy needs patience and respect. But Trump barges in like a tourist asking for discounts. He annoys allies and shows off to enemies, thinking loud talk equals strength. Obama says this childish bargaining hurt America's reputation and broke friendships with allies. Colbert makes fun of Trump's love for slogans, pointing out that repeating empty phrases doesn't equal achievement. It's like selling a brand without a product. He says Trump shouts his catchphrases like a Broadway actor, but no slogan ever built a road. Obama adds that Trump always wants credit when things go right, but denies blame when they go wrong. It's leadership without courage, just a hollow act filled with excuses.
It wasn't something he did. I had spent 8 years cleaning up the mess that the Republicans had left me the last time. So just in case everybody has a hazy memory, he didn't do nothing except those big tax cuts.
Colbert jokes again about Trump's rallies, saying they're like old infomercials repeating the same tired lines to smaller and smaller crowds. The excitement is gone, but the show drags on. He says it feels desperate, like a bad joke told too many times. Obama digs deeper, saying Trump doesn't even care about truth. Facts become bendable props, changed to fit whatever story he wants at the moment. Colbert adds that Trump's dramatic gestures and exaggerated claims make him look more like a parody of a leader than a real one. It's like he's an actor stuck in a role that doesn't exist.
Trump came down hard on immigration.
It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you. I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell.
Keep in mind, this is his welcome speech to the UN. I'd love to see him host a dinner party. Welcome to my home. May I take your hat and your coat? Wow. Your kids are ugly and your wife has a horse face.
Obama focuses on Trump's selfishness. He says the presidency was supposed to be about serving people, but Trump made it all about himself. Every choice and every speech was about how he looked. It became a giant mirror for his ego. Colbert then laughs at Trump's desperate need to be remembered as a historic legend. He says it's like Trump carving a statue of himself while the floor crumbles under him. What should have been service to the country turned into a circus. Every move was exaggerated, every policy a stage prop. Instead of leading democracy, Trump turned it into his personal talent show, lowering America's respect around the world.
So we had the spectacle of my successor in the Oval Office making broad claims around certain drugs and autism that have been continuously disproved. And the degree to which that undermines public health, the degree to which that can do harm to women who are pregnant.
Colbert adds more, saying Trump's leadership looked powerful only on the surface. In reality, he was more like a carnival barker selling fake medicine. He was great at selling promises, but terrible at delivering them. Obama contrasts what America needed with what it got. In hard times, America needed someone who could bring people together. But Trump made divisions even bigger. In crises, he stirred panic instead of calming it. Obama says Trump hated unity, because if people united, the spotlight on him would fade. Colbert points out that Trump confuses shouting for strength. He thinks being loud equals being powerful. But the louder he yells, the clearer it is that he isn't in control.
Not nice. Then Trump trashed international efforts to do anything about global warming.
You don't get away from this green scam, your country is going to fail. And I'm really good at predicting things, you know. They actually said during the campaign, they had a hat, the best-selling hat. Trump was right about everything. And I don't say that in a braggadocious way, but it's true. I've been right about everything.
Everything. I've been right about everything. I once thought I was wrong about being right about everything. Turns out I was wrong, right?
Obama goes deeper, explaining how Trump weakened American democracy itself. Rules and traditions weren't respected. They were bulldozed whenever inconvenient. Obama warns that the damage isn't just embarrassing, it's long-lasting, and future leaders will have to fix it. The Oval Office stopped being a symbol of trust and turned into a warning sign of what happens when ego runs the show. Colbert adds more jokes, saying Trump couldn't handle silence and filled every moment with noisy, pointless words just to stay in the news. He calls it governance by megaphone, all volume, no substance. Obama points out Trump's biggest flaw. He always wanted praise but never accepted blame. Instead of taking responsibility, he loved chaos because chaos kept cameras on him. But chaos isn't real leadership. It's just spinning in circles and pretending it's progress. Together, Obama and Colbert rip away Trump's image, showing not a strong leader, but a desperate entertainer. In the end, Trump's presidency won't be remembered as real governance, but as a warning, a messy break in America's story. What was promised as greatness turned into parody, and what was supposed to be strength ended as a farce.